Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Investigators revealed the violent death of a Rockford 3-year-old last month could have been avoided. The man facing new charges and the plea officials have for all gun owners.
Pandemic as soon as he's sworn into office.
A precious metal makes for a generous gift at a state-line nonprofit. Salvation Army leaders say the anonymous donation couldn't come at a better time. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric is off tonight. Almost a month after a Rockford toddler shot to death, charges are filed as we learn new details. Octavius Shanklin now faces several weapons charges and endangering the life of a child. The 3-year-old was killed October 15th inside a North Court Street home. Investigators say the boy accidentally shot himself in the head. He died a short time later. Shanklin was arrested the same day on unrelated charges. Police say he's not related to the victim but shared the house with several adults. In the wake of the child's death, the Winnebago County State's Attorney and Rockford Police are encouraging responsible gun ownership. There are plenty of free resources available. Michelle Rave learned about one of those today.
Both State's Attorney Marilyn Height-Ross and Rockford Police Chief Dan O'Shea agree the death of the 3-year-old boy could have been prevented if that gun had been safely stored away. The vast majority of accidental firearm deaths among children is because they have easy access to guns. In fact, the U.S. Government Accountability Office says 31% of those deaths could have been prevented if the gun was locked or stored out of the reach of children. The Winnebago County State's Attorney recommends people utilize sources like ProjectChildSafe.org.
This is an organization which many of our law enforcement agencies belong to, including the Rockford Police Department. And this is an organization that provides and offers free gun locks at a national level.
You can get a free gun lock at any of the Rockford Police Departments. I'll have a link to Project Child Safe in this story on our website, mystateline.com. And coming up at 6, hear from Chief O'Shea on ways people can safely store and secure their guns. Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
One person is dead after fire breaks out inside a Janesville home. This happened just after midnight on South Pearl Street near Lustig Park. Crews found heavy smoke and flames coming from the building. A victim was found inside by firefighters. That person died on the scene. The victim has not been identified. Investigators are looking into what caused the fire. Coronavirus shows no signs of slowing in our area. Right now, the 7-day positivity rate sits at 17.6% in Region 1. That's down from Sunday, but still an increase since the end of last week when we were at 15.8%. Boone, Carroll, and Whiteside counties are seeing the highest rates. All sit above 20%. Statewide, the positivity rate's just over 11%. More than 10,000 new cases were confirmed by testing in the last 24 hours. 14 people died. Daily positive tests are up 380% since the start of October. Long lines have been reported at COVID testing sites, including this one in DuPage County. Today, during his daily briefing, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker put more pressure on local leaders to enforce mitigation.
These mayors and city councils and county boards and state's attorneys need to take some responsibility for keeping their constituents safe. I promise them that responsibility pales in comparison to what could come when the hospitals in your area are filling up and there aren't enough nurses or doctors to save their constituents' lives.
97% of those infected by coronavirus recover. Governor Pritzker also took time to praise President-elect Joe Biden. Today, Biden announced his new COVID-19 task force. It comes on the heels of Pfizer announcing early data showing its COVID vaccines 90% effective. Our Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon has details as Eyewitness News keeps you connected to the nation's capital.
I will spare no effort to turn this pandemic around.
President-elect Joe Biden says a lot of work remains to be done to battle the coronavirus pandemic.
Nearly 240,000 deaths so far. The projections still indicate we could lose 200,000 more lives in the coming months.
That's why Biden announced his new COVID-19 task force, which includes a former Surgeon General, former Food and Drug Administrator, and a Yale professor. Biden said the new task force will advise his transition team and ensure there's a new national strategy ready to be rolled out when he's sworn in as president.
Making rapid testing widely available, more widely available, much more widely available, and building a core of contact tracers who will track and curb this disease.
Biden also urged Americans to do their part.
We know the single most effective thing we can do to stop the spread of COVID is wear a mask.
President-elect Biden is recognizing the need for science.
Professor Yanir Bar-Yam of the New England Complex Systems Institute says the pandemic will likely get worse over the next couple of months.
And it is really important that the task force will be blunt and direct with the president and should not be afraid to advocate even for unpopular positions.
Bar-Yam says we can't wait for a new president to be sworn in, and swift action must be taken now to stop the spread of COVID-19. In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
An anonymous donor drops off a unique gift to a local nonprofit. This was donated to the Salvation Army of Winnebago County. It's a silver bar. The 10-ounce bar is worth about $235. Administrators tell us it's enough to pay for 14 bags of groceries for local families in need. This comes at a critical time. According to the Salvation Army, food assistance requests have jumped 500% since March. The nonprofit launched its Red Kettle program early this year to help. 70% of the Salvation Army's funding is raised during the Christmas season. And it may not be Thanksgiving yet, but some are already preparing for tax season. Goodwill Industries of Northern Illinois is in need of volunteers for its Good Taxes program. This is the 12th year free tax preparation for low to moderate income residents has been offered. During that time, over 20,000 tax returns have been completed. No experience is needed to help, and free trainings provided. Positions include tax preparers, customer service, and interpreters. A virtual orientation will be held at the end of the month. You can find out more about that at mystateline.com. Local veterans have a new place to park in downtown Rockford. Mayor Tom McNamara unveiled the veteran parking only spot today at City Hall. The spot's now reserved for anyone who served. No special registration is needed. McNamara calls it a small thank you to the vets in our community. President Donald Trump fires the man in charge at the Pentagon. Trump made the announcement he had fired Defense Secretary Mark Esper on Twitter. Christopher Miller will become acting defense chief right away. Miller currently serves as director of the National Counterterrorism Center. The change was expected. Tensions between the president and Esper have been high for several months. It was made worse in June when Esper refused to use active duty troops to quell massive protests after the death of George Floyd. The pair also did not agree over renaming military bases that honor Confederate generals. Tropical storm Ada officially makes landfall in the lower Florida Keys, but now parts of South Florida are under threat. The powerful storm is on track to hit Miami. Heavy rain and wind have already caused widespread flooding and damage in the city. The deluge left many streets and cars submerged and caught some workers off guard.
I didn't realize it was so deep, and when I realized that I was in trouble, I tried to turn around. Unfortunately, this is a deep area, so my car just couldn't make it through.
The National Hurricane Center says Tropical Storm Ada poses high winds and a life-threatening flash flood threat to South Florida.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
A little on the windier side out there this afternoon, but that again brought our temperatures into the 70s. A live look with our Mercial SkyTrack camera out in Freeport this evening. We've also had a little more cloud cover kind of built in, and our skies will stay mostly cloudy as we go through the night tonight. Now, temperatures today made it up to 77 degrees. That was our high temperature this afternoon in Rockford. We broke our record high, our daily record high, previously set back in 1999. That was 74. Today is the 7th consecutive day where temperatures have been in the 70s or higher, and tomorrow could make it 8 days where we've had that 70-degree warmth. But all things are going to kind of come to an end, and temperatures will feel, while we're not seeing a really big dip in those numbers, it'll feel definitely a lot cooler just because we've been so warm for such a long extended time. 73 degrees in Rockford, 69 in Freeport, 72 in Dixon, and 71 our temperature in Rochelle. Our weather watcher Bob this last hour checking in with 73 and a dew point number of 56. Those dew point numbers have been coming up, all thanks to that southerly wind, which means our temperatures again tonight won't drop off too much. But with that increase in moisture, we've also had that cloud cover. Now you do see a couple of light showers trying to develop over the Rockford area, but not really seeing much of that actually reach the ground. Despite that increase in moisture, we still have some dry air in the middle part of the atmosphere. But this cold front off to our west, look at the showers and the thunderstorms lining up along that will edge closer to us as we go through the day tomorrow. And there is a risk for a few stronger thunderstorms, tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. So I kind of want to go and look at that a little bit further here as we go through the morning hours tomorrow. Not going to completely rule out the possibility of a few light showers tomorrow morning, but a good portion of us during the day should stay dry. We will stay mostly dry through about the noon hour. But once we get closer to about 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, here comes that cold front. This is 4 o'clock tomorrow. Between about 2 and 6 and 7 o'clock tomorrow evening, that front will be coming through, and we could see a line of a few stronger thunderstorms with the wind potential going into the afternoon and early evening tomorrow. So I want you to plan accordingly, and should we see any threat for severe weather, make sure you have a means to receive any watches or warnings tomorrow should they be issued. It's been a long time since we've had rain and a long time since we've had thunderstorms. We are going to quickly dry out on the back side of that as high pressure moves in, so we'll see things dry out just a bit as we head in towards Wednesday. There is a marginal risk for the strong to severe thunderstorm, with again wind being our primary concern, but there is an isolated risk for a tornado or two, just kind of depending on if those lines bow out just a little bit. So that would be something we'd be watching for. We're up to 72 degrees tomorrow, down to 31 tomorrow night. So it's going to feel cold Wednesday morning, but our winds will stay dry. Temperatures, Mimi, will stay back in the 50s. Could see a couple of days where we've got the 40s heading into the weekend.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
Well, the cries are getting louder among Bears Nation for Matt Nagy to surrender the play calling duties. The Bears offense shows no signs of improving. The result has been 3 straight losses, and on all 3, the Bears have been held to 18 points or less. Yesterday, they faced a Titans defense that was one of the worst in the NFL, and the Bears still couldn't generate much offense. So is Nagy ready to let one of his assistants call the plays?
Where we're at right now as an offense and struggling the way we are, you have to be able to look at everything, including myself. So, we'll see where that goes. If anything was to happen, I'm not sure that you guys would know.
Nagy confirmed that David Montgomery has gone into concussion protocol. Also, offensive tackle Jason Spriggs was activated from the reserve COVID list, so he should be ready to go next Monday night. It was another solid workmanlike game for James Robinson yesterday for the Jaguars. He scored this touchdown and he rushed for 99 yards. He's moved up to 6th on the NFL's list of leading rushers with 580 yards. He's on pace for 1,160 yards this season. Things are getting back to normal in Madison for the Badgers football team. It looks like they'll be able to play their game at Michigan this weekend. The number of COVID cases on the team has dropped from 27 to 5. The Badgers need to play all 5 of their remaining games to be eligible for the Big Ten Championship. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Not our first WARN interactive radar. We are on our own radar here. We've got the cloud cover for us this evening, showing a couple of light radar returns popping up, but not seeing any of that reach the ground. So we are going to stay dry here as we go through the night tonight. You've got some showers and a few thunderstorms off to the west and northwest. Those are going to stay focused a little more to our northwest, lining up ahead of a cold front that is going to come through during the afternoon tomorrow. So it's been a while since we've had some thunderstorms, and the risk for any stronger thunderstorms as well. We do have a marginal risk, which is on the lower scale for southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, but anytime you get those big pattern changes, you do have to watch the potential for some stronger thunderstorms. Wind would be our primary concern, along with the rain threat as well, but can't rule out an isolated tornado just with the location of that low pressure system kind of sitting over northwest Illinois between about 3 and 5 o'clock tomorrow. Our Our window for storm activity is going to be roughly between about 2 and 6 or 7 p.m. We are going to dry out quickly behind that, but for tomorrow afternoon, that's the window I want you to be paying attention to. It is going to be windy tomorrow. Temperatures on Wednesday, while we see some sunshine, stay in the 50s.
Thanks, Candice, and thanks for watching. See you at 6.